Hey friends, it's Lori. Welcome back to The Generous Poor, where we're saving smarter, spending intentionally, and pouring into a life we love. I hope everyone had the most wonderful Christmas if you celebrated. Whether it was loud, joyful, quiet and calm, or a little bit of both, I hope you felt loved and rested. Today is December cash stuffing week number 5. That little in between after Christmas where nothing feels normal, and honestly, that's okay. This is not a paycheck week for us. In fact, I didn't even budget new money into my wallet because week 5 just seems to be this like weird week. We are a bi-weekly paid family, and so we don't actually get paid until next week. So I pulled a little money from here and there, and so we're not doing a huge cash stuffing today. But here's the good news. Christmas food was already budgeted, which I budgeted for in my Christmas binder. The girls are off of school this week, so I'm not cooking for them, which really reduces my grocery budget. And we have a ton of leftover Christmas. And I also cash stuff for New Year's Eve. And so I have money in that envelope, which is amazing, and why the system works, instead of me going into panic mode that I have this kind of free week where I really didn't budget a lot. But we have leftovers. We have, a quiet New Year's Eve coming up. And so I don't feel like I'm going to be spending a lot, but I do have a little bit left going into my wallet. It's just, I'm going to be leading into this cash stuffing system instead of panicking. So I don't know if you're doing the same thing, but if you are, we're in this together. So first I'm going to unstuff what's left over from my wallet from last week. There's really nothing dramatic going on. I have a few leftovers. And as I unstuff, I'll decide if I'm going to roll that into my overflow or if I'm going to put it into my savings challenges, because again, next week I kind of was unbudgeted. But that's sort of the game plan. And that's sort of why I love checking in every week, is because I can pull back or tweak or do things, move things around where I need them to be moved around. So let's grab our wallet. And I decided, at least during the holidays, that I am going to be putting, instead of putting the money into my cash envelopes, I'm putting them into my overflow binder. And as I need the money, I pull it out of here and put it in my wallet, because I have been going to different events and different things and changing my wallets, depending on what bag I've been taking. And so it's just easier to have the money centralized into this spot. And then as I go to the grocery store or as I swipe my card or anything, I just grab the envelopes as I need them. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So let's grab first our, this is my weekly spending tracker, and this is what the money, what I've spent the last week. And let me grab a pen. And so we can start. So groceries is 161 plus 5. It wasn't that spendy this week because, again, Christmas, and that was money that I allocated from my Christmas envelope. I had food in there. So we're going to take 161 out of groceries. So we have 1, and then we have 50, 60, oh, sorry, 66. So we have 66. And so we have 150, 65, 66. So there's 166 coming out of there. Spending, we had 15, which I don't have change for. So let me just put this back in here for now. Out home, we did 50. The boys are home. Everybody's here. So we are full on getting all of our home essentials, toilet paper, paper towels. I mean, you name it, we're using it. So out and about, actually, let's grab Pearl. So Pearl is 30. She's our Siberian Husky, and we pull, her budget is $30 a week for toys, grooming, all the essentials for her. So let's go back into spending. Wait, is that out and about? Yeah, out and about's going to get 62. So 50. So out and about only has $50 in it. And so I'm going to pull $12 out of my buffer if I have it. Yeah, it looks like I do. So 10. This is what your buffer's for. The boys were home. We went out and grabbed a quick bite. And so I used some of that. So we're going to go minus 12. And it's going to be 64. So is that right? 20, 40, 50, 60, 1, 6, 2, 3. Yep. So 64 back in my buffer. And don't forget, you know, your buffer's here to buff. And so, you know, if you don't have it in your envelope and you know, you want to take from that, then I say go for it. That's also an allotted spend, an intentional spend. So 62, so 50, 60, and 2. And then I'm actually going to put on here that I took from buffer. I just like to know that. Okay, so then spending is going to be 15. So it needs 35 back. 20, 35, perfect. So we have 35 in spending. And then, and that is going to do it for my wallet, because I did most of my spending out of my Christmas envelope this past week, because that's what I did. it's like, it was Christmas. So we spent $210 on Christmas Eve, $199 on festivities. This was food and festivities, and $622 was the remainder. So $1,031, and I believe that is going to do it for Christmas. So we have 0 left in Christmas 2025. And now everything we save from this point forward will go to Christmas 2026. And that's it, guys. I mean, that's how it works. I have nothing going on my credit card. This is going back. This was in a high yield savings account because I do save for Christmas all year long. And instead of that money sitting in my binders for an entire year, I like to send this to the bank. And so we have $1,031 going back to the bank. And so, and no stress. I mean, feels like the first Christmas that it's just been, you know, I haven't been stressed about where the money is going to come from or how I'm going to, you know, rack up that credit card and not be able to pay it off. So it honestly just feels lovely. So anyway, let's see what we should have over here. So we should have 161, 210, 199, 622, 62, 5, 15, 50, and 30. So we should have $1,354. So we have right here $1,131. So minus 1,131. So we should have 223 over here. So we have 51, 52, 10, 20, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I love when that works out. So we have 223 going back to the bank, and the money that's in my high yield, I will just make a transfer and transfer that back into my checking account. So when I pay my credit card, that money is already covered. So this is my bank deposit. So that goes back there, and I will put this off to the side, and then I will keep this tracker. And once I make the transfer, which are just these 3 categories, Christmas, I will erase this and we'll start a new week. So now we are going to move on to kind of a wallet refresh. And it's not going to be big. It is one of the smallest wallet resets I'm going to be doing this month. But let's see what we have left over first. So December number 4, I like to keep a wallet tracker. And only because my brain, you know, on Monday will tell my brain on Saturday that I didn't spend a lot out of this category. But once I have it all written down, it helps me, it just helps me see my spending pattern, my habits and things like that. So $350 was budgeted, and I have left over 1, 2, 20, 31. So 231, 350 minus 231. So that means I spent 119. And I had a buffer in here. So actually, I spent a little bit more because I had an extra 100 in this envelope that I put in as I rolled over last week. So actually, I spent 219. So we have 1, 2. So I will take the $31 and roll over. I'm just going to put 200 here because that's what I'm going to actually roll over, even though that doesn't make any sense. It makes sense for my brain. So 200. My spending, we have 35. I will keep a 20 and roll over 15. So we have 35. So 75 minus 35. So we spent 40. Home, we spent the whole 50. The boys are home. Of course we did. Pearl, we spent 30. We have 0 left. Out and about, we spent 75. We have 0. Generosity, I always try to use this. It's very unlikely that I'll ever have overflow from that. And then buffer, we spent, what did we just spend? We spent 12. So 25 minus 12. So we spent, or we have remaining 13. I used my $12 and used it for out and about. Okay. So that is it for my wallet tracker. So it looks like we actually are going to be playing with a little bit of money this week, which is fabulous. We have 20, 30, 45, 46. So we have $46 going to get rolled into my games at the end. And let's pull the money out that I've allocated for this week. So let's put it in here. So we have 100. Oops, we'll do that. I don't think I have any ones though. 10, 5, 20, and 10. Okay. So groceries this week is just going to get 100. And the reason I'm only putting 100 in this week is because I already have 2 in here. And I have New Year's Eve money that I've already allocated. And we are sort of working through our groceries. So our freezer and our refrigerator, and our pantry, all of it. So I don't really need to keep this one full. In fact, next week I'm probably going to have a lot left over, but I'd rather just have something in there in case we do need it. So spending is going to get 75. So 50, 60, 75. And with my spending, I like to play the primary challenge. And, oh, this is not the right binder. Let me grab it. And let me grab these 2. So we're going to be playing these next. So for my primary challenge, I like to play my budget with Ira. This is just a quick way to save a little extra money. So it's going to be blue. So we're going to be putting $15 in here. So now we have 50, 60, 70. And do I have... Let's see here. Let's take out hold on. So 50, 60, 70. This is my rollover money. So I'm going to take 2 5s and a 10 and put a 20 in here. So let's do this. So that's right. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70. Just want to get a little more change for my games at the end. So now that has saved us that. So now we have $60 for spending this week. Actually, we have more because I rolled over 20. So we actually have 50, 60, 70, 50, 60, 70, $80. So we have $80 to spend, which is going to be good. Home, I'm only going to be doing 25. So home gets 25. We just re-upped everything last week before the boys came home. So I'm hoping the only things we have to pick up are just, little things in case we need it. So out and about is going to get 75. And I feel like I'm going to be probably using all of that because out and about gets this one. Because the boys are home, and if we go out to dinner or we do something, it's probably going to be more than this, and so I might even lean into my grocery money for that. So let's pull out our flipper, which is always at the bottom of this stack. Sorry about that. And then let's see what we have to save. Oh, $5. Perfect. So we're going to be saving $5 this week, and that goes back here. I don't think I was putting it in my 52-week flip. Oh, I was. Let me actually do that. So $5 in here. And now this one has 20, 30. Actually, I'm going to take this out. We'll play with this today because that should go rolled over into games. I shouldn't be holding on to it. So there's that. So $70 in out and about for this week. And actually, I'm going to take this 20 and do the 2 10s for my games. Oh my gosh. So 70. And then Pearl is going to get 30, her 30. She still needs to eat. And then Generosity, of course, is going to get its 10. And this is just micro giving, small little things that I see add up. And then that is going to do it. I'm not putting in any money into my buffer this week, and this money goes back to the bank. So that is it. I mean, oh, this is crazy. This is like, I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants this week. And some weeks are like that. You know, some weeks you're going to look at your stuff and go, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to budget that. I might end up putting an envelope in my overflow binder for week number 5s and just slowly put $5, $10, whatever. So I'm not sort of standing here with nothing. I think that's just the best way to do it. So anyway, let's see what we have to play with. We have a lot of 10s. We actually have a lot of money this week, which is fantastic. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 76. That's amazing. Okay, so let's start this. I don't think I have any... I don't think I left off anywhere. No. Okay, so we're just going to start. So we have The Candy Stand by Bethany Budgets. Love this one. And we are going to put, let me get a bigger marker now. We will do, let's do 2 of the big 10s. We'll do $20 into this one. And now this one has saved us. And this binder only gets money, savings money, every week is from my leftovers. So 10, 20, 31, and 32. So this money is only ever leftover money. It's never budgeted for savings. So, so it's great. At the end, I'll be like, wow, that was amazing. Okay, so this is Roll and Match Jumbo, which I have back here. And this is from the Rocking Witch. And this is my dice. This is my pink. And this is my, where is my purple? Where is my purple? Is that it? Oh no, my purple's out here. No wonder I couldn't find it. Oh my gosh. Pink, purple, purple. Pink, purple, purple. So that's going to get 10. And so far, this one has saved us 2035. I love this challenge. I love her challenges. And we'll put this off to the side until it dries. Number 2, whoops, is Pretty Girls Can Do Math. And we're going to roll 2 dice. So we're going to do 6 and 2. So we're going to put 8 into this one. Hopefully we don't. Let's see if we have 2 left. We do. So we'll put 2 and grab a 10. So we have 20, 30, 41. So we have 41 in this challenge. And this is from Bethany Budgets. Love her challenges. Suck at 6. This is from Luna Lolly. And let's roll. So we've got 4. It's like I feel like this is the first week that everything's going to get a little love, which is amazing. Ooh, 4. That's it. So we have to put in $6 into Suck at 6. Because I usually, I mean, because it's leftover money, it never, I mean, it's really, this is a slow burner. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 binder. And so we'll put that in there. Now we've got the Centered Circle from Studio Budget. And let's roll the dice. 3. Whoops. So let's roll it twice. So 3 and 2, and that's going to be 5. So let's see. 3 and 2 is green and yellow. And I haven't done green and yellow yet. So yellow is 2. I love these challenges. I love this one. This one came from like a kit, I think, like a wellness kit from her. And 3 is going to be green. I wonder what this is going to look like. This one's so pretty. So we'll put this one in here. And This one has saved us 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That's great. Okay, Rainbow Roller Races. This one's going to be a slow burner for sure. And we are going to roll this one. And I never know what we land on. So this looks like it's... This one looks like it is... Interesting. I think this might be the dark, this 5. So we'll do that. Dark green here. And then we'll do this another again. So this one looks like it's 15. And it's going to be orange. Is that orange? I just don't know. I just don't know. Orange. Maybe it's orange. This one I think is going to get a lot of money. Okay, so we're going to go like that. And then we're going to put in, whoops. I got all my markers out. I hope everyone had a nice holiday or you're relaxing or you're doing something for yourself. 20, 30, 45. I know this time of year can be very stressful and, you know, everything that you have to do. So just take time out for yourself. So 5, 6, 7. So let's do this one again. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do the centered circle. So we have $7. So let's do a 6 and a 1 since we haven't done that yet. So 6 is blue. Oh no, we have done 6. Let's do 6 again. I think this is the blue. So we'll do another 6. Get some of these big ones done. Okay, so we did that. And then 1 is red. So we don't have any red yet. We'll go right here. And I picked these colors, so I literally don't know how it's going to end up. I don't know how it's going to end up. Apologies in advance. So 20, 30, 1, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So that is it. I want to say this, and I hope that you hear me, is if you're in a quiet week right now, stretching a little, leaning on leftovers, or saying you'll make it work, you're doing all right. The season doesn't have to need more stress. It actually needs more grace. So that'll do it, everybody. I hope everyone had an amazing holiday or is having an amazing holiday. Please don't stress these in between days. Don't overanalyze them. Don't rush into fixing or restarting anything. Enjoy the season. Breathe. Pause. Let the year close gently. And thank you all for being with me. And I'll see you very soon for my reallocation video next week. Until next time, breathe. I'll see you very soon. Have a great